All right, it's 7 o'clock. I'll call the regular meeting of Savoy ISD School Board together at 7 o'clock. At this time, we have a quorum. I'm gonna ask Barbara if she would do the invocation, please.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the many blessings that you've given us. Thank you for allowing us to lead in our community. We ask that you give us wisdom tonight so that we make decisions that are the best decisions for the students of Savoy ISD. We ask all these things through your most precious Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, at this time, we're gonna do Pledge of Allegiance. All stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Allegiance.
On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Get bigger letters.
I can never remember that. Too old to memorize.
Good job. Oh.
It's such an honor.
I know, and that's too small.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to have the student teacher and support standard of the month.
Marissa is going to present for the elementary and the high school. Daniel, Mr. Cates is in Gordon at the track meet, and Mr. Henderson is sick. Trying to get better. He's been sick for a while, so Marissa's going to do it all.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Right there. Harrison.
The boy student of the month. All right, let's go.
Mr. Henderson wrote that he chose Harrison for student of the month for his dedicated work ethic, positive, contagious attitude, and willingness to help others. Harrison comes into class every day ready to learn and striving for his best. He reached his reading count goal of 165 points by the end of the first 9 weeks, and he is currently at 242 reading counts points. Mr. Henderson can always count on Harrison to step in and help where needed. Thank you, Harrison, for being a great kiddo.
Good job.
No.
The teacher of the month is Mrs. Boyd. She teaches 4th and 5th grade math. Mr. Henderson wrote that she is a very creative lesson planner and does a great job incorporating technology in her lessons. The main reason he picked her was for her use of math data from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year. Her map showed an increase of 69% for 5th grade math. Keep up. And the elementary Savoy standard is Wardlow. Mr. Henderson says that you are a jack of all trades. You're the custodian, the van driver for the bottom route, and he helps you with technology and takes care of maintenance. You are always willing to do whatever is asked and make our elementary work on a daily basis. He truly believes Cardinal Maroon. He had the Cardinal painted in his first truck.
Thanks, Steve.
Our high school student of the month is Damian Owens. He was nominated by Mrs. Guzman. Our teacher of the month is Coach Clapp. Coach Clapp has a passion for teaching history and a passion to be great in the classroom. He completely rearranged his classroom and what he was doing in class when he noticed when he benefited the students. As you know, he coaches volleyball and softball, and those girls love playing for him. And the Savoy standard was Becky Woodson and Tammy Baker of the cafeteria.
Thank you. At this time, the board would like to have the girls come up for basketball.
And Coach Bates, please join them up
Yeah,
there.
Coach Mike, come on up. This is, been a long time coming. Y'all put the spark back in to the community. And what y'all did this year was awesome. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate what y'all did, all the hard work that you put in. Just keep working. Okay? Because as long as you keep working, it starts now. Start getting ready for next year. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Great job. This is for the girls. Y'all put this in your locker room. Okay. Coach Bates, this one's for you.
That's a big old picture. That is awesome.
Great job, girls. It was so fun this year watching y'all. Great job, Coach Bates.
And by the way.
I know.
Let's see, how many all districts do we have?
Seven, but.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Don't be ashamed. This is an honor. Okay?
Honorable mention.
Second team.
Academic.
Yeah, the whole team was like, yeah, everybody put your hands up, everybody, yes.
All right. Coach,
Picture from this.
we ain't worried about it.
I don't know where to look. Oh, thanks, Kurt.
Softball, I didn't teach a basketball.
He's the biggest, he's the biggest. All guy.
Be standing up here.
Yes.
One other thing about Keith, he's got the best looking tailgate to watch.
Yes, well, it is.
My girls say,
Thank y'all.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Okay.
Where was Cassidy? Was she out sick or something?
Is she tracking it up? Yeah. In Gordon.
Oh, she's trapped, okay. Oh, that's right, she's the only girl
We have two.
Two, okay.
So far we have Cody won discus today, the updates I have, and Aaron Cates won triple jump today, so.
Okay, now we got a good turnout in boys, like 17 or something.
Maybe 18 now, I think they convinced us to go out, so.
Okay. All right, public forum? No. All right, we'll close that. Do I hear a motion on consent agenda?
Make a motion, we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I second it.
Motion made by Melvin, Marvin, Melvin.
I mean, all the words.
David Ken. All those in favor? 7-4, none opposed. Reports, I guess you get to do all the reports.
Oh.
You gonna make?
Well, is it already a report time? It is, okay. So Danny's and Daniel's are in there. Is there anything specific you have on those? I'm sorry that they're not here. Any questions on any of them? It's a pretty typical.
Is it
report.
still part of that, their report?
So the data we have here Sandy, I really hope is this what you're looking for?
Much more than I expected.
Okay,
So yes, 'cause
okay.
the- you know, the chart I sent you
Yes,
was real
ma'am.
simple and I appreciate they
So it's
added more
broken
what they
down.
wanted to again.
So that's gonna be
Yeah.
beginning and middle of year data for our elementary kiddos and our high school kiddos. Now, high school, every grade and every subject is not tested. You're gonna have your English one, your biology, your algebra one, English two, in US history. So that's what's will be included there going forward. Elementary, you know, there are certain grade levels in certain subjects. And it's on, you know, down on our action items. How often do we want to see this? We can talk about that when we get there. I will apologize for, you know, last month,
Me too.
okay? I'm sorry,
I'm sorry too.
okay? I want to work with you.
I wanna work with you.
And I want you to know, like they said, we're here for our kiddos. Everything we do is for our kiddos. Barbara said in her prayer, to make the best decision for our children. And that's why I'm here. And when I'm not doing things for those guys and those kids, then I don't need to be here. But that's in my heart and that's what I want to do. So I hope that's good for you guys. Athletic program,
Just stop, this is good though, gents. This is easy to read, so I think, I mean, going forward, I won't be.
So-
Yeah.
well, I'll pull this up. Now, when we go to our strategic planning, so we've had my evaluation, we're gonna have our team of eight, we're gonna do our plan and our goals. So really, we're to this part now. If you want to include those in the reports, we can include those monthly, quarterly, however you want to do them.
To me, that one right there, that's the one really that sums it all up, right, Sandy?
Well, that's for high school and that's why
And then
it's
this is
different than this one.
elementary.
Yeah, they did it
And all of
differently
these-
on the standard. form.
So-
If you could do it like that for both of them, boom, it seems like you could look at it and, I mean, 2 seconds, you
Well,
know.
I think I like it more comfortable for the principal. That's why I wasn't dictating. The chart I sent was a lot easier. You know, you could get it last week when I was describing it. And I just brought it. See, I just asked if you could just
Right.
do that. But of course, whatever they want to share more than that, but I was trying to keep it to a minimum. Again, that's for elementary. I think this, the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year, is when they do it.
Mhm.
So that'd only be 3 times a year.
So that will be quarterly,
Right.
and I know we're gonna have more, or I hope we have more goals than that, you know, just to see our star data. But those will be the reports we hit on. You know, if we want, you could say 75% of our kids in the beginning of the year to be at approaches, then I'll report, or the principals report, we're there, we're not there, this is what we're doing to get there. And it's just, this could last, you know, after we're gone, after y'all are gone, after I'm gone, just kind of a you know, checks and balances for everything that's going
I got
on.
one more question here, gents. So on this, it has like, what's MOY mean to start off with?
Middle of the year.
Okay, so then what's this? Is this for like math and that's reading or something, or what's the difference?
Which, are you on the front
Look at
page there,
the
Marvin?
top.
I don't
It says
know.
maps at the top, and then this is reading maps for this bottom part.
Oh, I
You
see
have
it, I
that.
see it, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see it, okay. I thought it was different, that's,
There's one page, I'm sorry, I think I know where it's going, because I had to look at it even though I know. And so this is the elementary two, and this is, so this BOY is beginning of year,
okay,
and MOY is
middle of
middle,
the year, okay.
and then they'll do the
EOY,
EOY
okay,
end of year. And so he put it in a column like that, but I think on this other chart, so this is saying the same thing, but he gave us more information,
Okay. So
information.
this page is more like this page, or
Yes.
Yes.
which is what I mean, to me, that's what
Yeah,
Sandy probably likes to do. If that's, I can read it quick and figure it out and boom,
So,
very good though.
What it says did not mean, what does that mean?
did not meet grade level, so that means they're, you know, if I need to get on a STAR test, if there's 50 questions on there and I've got to get 30 right, and I only get 10 right, well, I did not meet grade level.
What is, so if you approached it, you got,
That means I got 15
Yeah.
of them right. And then, you know, if I meet it, then I got the number right, and if I masters it, then I blew it out of the water. Now, the thing on these tests is, some of the questions are weighted, some are not.
So the formula is not the exact type thing.
It's not a black and white deal where if I get 10 right out of 15, then boom, I'm there. Well, this one is this question's worded differently, so it's weighted a little differently. And this one is not. So I may get this one right and this one wrong, and I'm gonna talk about that in my report, just all the changes that are coming in the stuff the legislature is, some are pushing and the governor and the commissioner are pushing. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but just the A through F accountability, changes in the rollout. Did y'all read the CCMR stuff? We're gonna, if you read it, we could our kids could do better, we could score higher, but we're at an 89.7 school district, so just call us an A school district. We could go down to a C just because they're trying to increase the percentage points to get that CCMR credit. And so as a parent, Ken, we talked about it this morning, you're picking schools in Fannin County. Man, Savoy has, been an A, a B, an A, and A. All of a sudden they're a C or a D. I'm not going to Savoy. I'm going to go down the road to, Sam Rayburn but it's not just going to affect us. This is going to affect all 1,200 districts in the state. So the letter that I've included in here is signed by nearly 300 districts. It represents 2.7 million students in the state of Texas, which is over half of the students in Texas, asking the commissioner and the governor and the chairman and the people in the 88th legislature, please don't do this. You want to make this simple for kids. You want to make this simple for parents. We want to do right by kids. And what you're doing is punishing kids. It's making it confusing for parents and it's punishing schools. Why would we do that? Now, I know I've skipped ahead on that report, but it's ridiculous.
47% increase in 1 year. That's ridiculous.
Because what does it go from
60
60
points to 88.
Yeah,
That's
60,
ridiculous.
to have that A on your CCMR, which, there's 3 domains of school accountability. CCMR is one of them. CCMR kids divided by your total number of kids. That's how you get your accountability ratings. Now, how you get CCMR credits. So you can get that by taking the SAT, ACT, TSI. If you're in AP classes, you earn dual credit courses. If you enlist in any of the armed forces, if you get an industry cert, if you have an associate's degree, if you graduate with an I know this is a bunch of letters and some people don't understand this. If you graduate on an IEP, but at a higher plan, you have a certain number of CTE courses. There's all kinds of ways.
So why would they do this? Is it just
I'll tell you,
because there's too many
Mark,
schools?
I'll tell you exactly why they're gonna do it. Let me pull this right here.
And I just say, when they started all this, we had lots of workshops, but they said, if you're near retirement, start working on your retirement plan. Cause this is the time to retire,
Right.
cause it's just getting worse,
Ridiculous.
Where's that letter I put in there? And I've got it highlighted and underlined. It's because too many kids were doing well and too many,
Right.
That's what I was about to
too many
think.
schools are
They're
getting
getting
A.
an
They're
A.
punishing us for doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
You want to see success of kids, well, they're getting it too easily. So, we're gonna ramp it up and just see, we're gonna see what will happen now.
To me,
Come on.
A's, well, that's-
Kidding me?
Well, and also, this is what I've kind of heard, and if you disagree, you can tell me, but really, these are criterion reference tests. And so they set the standard very high. They would like for us to get up there, but they really know we can't, or they have the last few years. So that's why this approaching counts is, I got choked. But approaches counts, that means they're not on grade level, but they're approaching grade level. But part of that, and they didn't want it to count against the whole state, because this whole state would look bad because of that, because all these kids that were just approaching. And so they counted them as passing. So they really have given us kind of a curve, I guess, the last few years.
So
But now they're cracking down
it
more.
was, you're gonna be A, B, C at the school level. When COVID hit, you were gonna be rated for 1 year, and then there was 2 years of state of disaster, so you're not gonna be rated. Well, once that was cleared, you wanted to be A, B, or C, so the message was, you better be above C level, you better be A, B, or C. If you're below C level, and their messaging is just staying afloat, we're just staying afloat, we're just getting by. If you're below C level, if you're sinking, the state's gonna give you a not rated. Well, anybody is gonna know if, well, Savoy's an A, Ector is a B, Dodge City is, why don't they have a grade? Because they're below C level. So they're not rated, meaning that they failed, that they did not meet the state requirements. So that's where we are now. The learning loss for COVID, the data that's coming out and the research that's coming out is, kids didn't learn and are being tested the same as they were before the pandemic. It's not fair to the kids. The adults, we can handle it, we'll do whatever, but the kids are being tested the same when the rules are not the same. We've got to do something there.
Don't you kind of agree the approaches that are approaching grade level are kind of the kids we ought to really concentrate? I mean, concentrate on all of them, but those should be the ones that could bump up to
Approaches, yes, you're exactly
the
right.
easiest
So you
ones.
want to, I don't want to say you want to focus the bulk of your attention on any group of kids, but you want most of your kids at that, you want 90% of your kids at that approaches grade level. 90% of your kids are almost there. So with just a little intervention, with just a little help, we're going to get them at meets grade level, okay? So they may be on the low end of the meets grade level, but they're at meets grade level. You also want to focus on those kids that are at the high end of meets that you can move to masters. You get more points. So that's where you see student achievement and school growth when they go from approaches to meets and meets to masters. That's another way we're graded. Again, I hate saying not fair. That sounds kind of like a
There's
loser
a lot of
excuse.
political stuff, it sounds like.
It's political.
It's
Yeah.
something, okay? But you're graded on moving kids, from here to here to here when the rules aren't the same.
So you brought this up about what are they gonna do about the shortage of teachers, and they're making it harder for teachers to even teach in the classroom.
So
And then,
on this 88th legislature, and again, I said it this morning, these are not my recommendations in the email I put, these are the governor's recommendations, okay? But if you go to the last one, the teacher workforce, they recommend that we invest in our teaching professionals by increasing pay and support for teachers. Now we have this huge budget, surplus that we've never had before, including through the teacher incentive allotment. If I teach US history, it's a tested subject, and my kids do well, I get paid more than Miss Petrie, who teaches PE, because, my kids are tested and it's school accountability.
Now, hold up. So how would that work then? Would they get paid more at the end of the year than they say your kid? And then
You look at
get
your
a
test
bonus or
result.
something, basically? Okay.
so they get a bonus at the end of the year,
So,
basically.
yeah, me too. I mean, that's.
Well, that's okay, but I mean, you're running off teachers at the same time.
Well, also, let's say that I'm applying for a job as a teacher and I can make, just round numbers here, I can make 100 teaching $100,000. I'm gonna teach PE and coach whatever. I can make 105 testing or teaching Algebra 1 and coaching. So I get $5,000 more dollars with maybe some incentives at the end. But I know if my scores are low, then me and the principals and you guys in here are gonna say, hit the road, Jack. So is it worth it for $5,000 more dollars to do that? It's
So you're just making people cherry pick and say, I'm gonna teach an easier subject.
absolutely.
Because it's
Why
easier
would
to
I
get-
sign up for that?
Maybe not for easier for them, but easier for the kids to get the numbers up or
Mhm.
whatever, yeah.
So man, there's a lot of stuff going on. This is a very important session, I believe. The one that,
Who's speaking for the teachers? Are you part of that? Can you be on some type of?
legislative council's absolutely, I am. And I reached out to the pilot program that thankfully you guys let me go to the first time suit. And then I got in the pilot program with the TASA coaching model and hooked up with the right people. So I do have a voice in this, and I want you to know we do have a voice in this. We're not just some small school far away from Austin. We are represented. We do have a voice. If you'll go to.
There are teacher organizations too, like Texas Classroom Teachers Association.
Oh,
have a big
yeah.
Lobbying effort, and then there's 2 or 3 more, but.
And
And
raise
they
your
usually
hand,
have the
Texas
members come
is,
down during the convention and they ask you to go visit your person.
Sandy, can I borrow yours? Cause I've got all mine
Yes,
twisted
what-
up and,
Well, I didn't,
I'm-
okay, what do you want? Cause I didn't print that out.
well, you know what? It's
I'll bring
okay.
it.
It's the one where,
Is it in this packet?
What do you want? The letter? I got the letter.
That is?
not the,
What do you want? The letter?
not the letter. Can I have the other one that says the special education funding TEA curriculum, that one?
I didn't print those out.
And what it is, it's school choice is what they're rolling out, where,
This is it.
can I have that?
That's where us is all aimed.
Education freedom, I'm sorry, education savings accounts. So you guys pay school taxes, right? Where does your money go? To Sequoia ISD School District. So what Governor Abbott are recommending, is that instead of you giving your money to Savoy and y'all giving your money to Savoy, to our school district, you get to put it in an education savings account. That way, man, I want to pull my kids out of Savoy, but I want to put them in, let's say Jant starts Fannin County Private School. I need money to start this private school. Your money comes directly to us, so we can do that. So it is allowing school choice for parents, school vouchers. He's hit up he's been in West Texas in the Panhandle recently, and he was in Amarillo. And like I told you to, he didn't go to Amarillo High, he didn't go to Tascosa, he dang sure didn't go to River Road. He's going to Trinity Christian or All Saints Episcopal. He is going to private schools where parents with, they're smiling. They got the deepest pockets in the panel. They're not going to run out of money. Sure, we support this. Our money's going here we don't want to put our money in the halls of Tascosa or River
Right.
Road. We want our money right here. So he wants this to be an option for everybody right here. I recommend the 88th legislature further empower parents by establishing an education savings account program that allows funding to follow the student to the educational provider and or services of the parents choosing. My money, even though I live in Savoy in the school district, it don't come to this school. I'm going to go to Jance Morris's private school that he's, putting on right back here.
What if it was, say, like these parents that we have, they're sending kids to Bells or something? Did they dictate that their money went to Bells then?
It doesn't have to be for just to
A
go to
private
my
school,
private
yeah,
school.
it could be a public or whatever.
I don't want my kids to go there. They can go there. Is this gonna? No way this happens. But that's what's being pushed out. The blowback and the pushback on this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they tried this back 3 or 4 years ago.
And it's been a conservative Republican platform all along.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I disagree of their platform
I
is,
agree.
yeah, to send our tax dollars to, and I know there's good private schools and everything, but then our public schools will get weaker because we won't
That's
have the
right.
money.
It'll
hurt those kids
make
that
it
don't
more
make that
lopsided,
choice.
yes.
It's gonna
Yeah.
drain the pockets of
Yeah.
poor kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't have deep pockets anyway. It's gonna hurt the poor and help the rich.
But he didn't say anywhere in there that they would be, graded on the same level as public school.
Do what?
He
Like
didn't
having to
say.
take the store.
Oh, no, they're different standards.
They,
No.
two different standards. You got your public school standards,
Mhm.
and then you got your private school standards.
Is it gonna happen? Those are mine, I'm sorry.
No.
Is it gonna happen? I really, really don't see that. The other stuff he has in here, the stuff that the legislature, it's great. Special education funding, curriculum reform, enhancing retirement benefits for retired teachers. Okay, so your
Okay.
TRS is gonna go up.
Okay.
Putting $600 million back into school safety, for our windows, for our doors, for stuff like that. There's really, really good stuff in here. And then there's some stuff, hey, why are you doing this?
Is it all bundled together?
No, it can all be separate.
How much of that
He gets.
is going,
line
is
by
it-
line.
how much of that
Yeah, Texas has one.
being allowed to go to private schools versus public is because of all this push in the curriculum and this mess that we're dealing with woke and all that stuff that they want taught.
Critical race.
Well, but even before that, just because I taught at a Christian school 30 years ago.
Pushing it that way, little.
I think a lot of it might be that, honestly, just from what I've,
So let me grab this. Sorry.
which we as a school district have chosen as a board to leave that out of our curriculum, but that's not the case everywhere.
No, it's not.
But again, they were doing that years ago. That's why Glad Tidings, that's why we have all these Christian churches or private schools. It's because morals,
So the
and
cover,
things like that in Bible study, whatever.
the cover of Texas Monthly I got today, the campaign to sabotage, public schools. It's on Texas Tribune. This is really, really
It's
relevant
serious.
and prevalent right now, so. I am very passionate about it. I will be a public school guy until, my career is over. This is what I know. Like, I don't have any other skills other than this. I can't go do anything else. This is what I am. So I'm passionate about it. I want to be involved in it. I want to lead the change for this. Man, I went on a tangent there. I don't know where we are in the agenda now, but.
Well, I hope you and the others are fighting for keeping all that mess out of the curriculum. Because I think that's what's
Well-
driving that, and just teach what they need to learn, reading, writing, math, basics. And
Well, that's what we're tested on, right?
That's the law that
Yeah.
we couldn't be in Texas public school.
that doesn't mean it's still active. though.
Well,
Oh, no, you're still-
I think that's why you're seeing all these Christian schools. come
I'm
up.
saying we thought before, it has more to do with than just that.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next, report. Technology, what did we lose the other day?
Our minds, right, Rafiq? Now we're figure stuff out.
Repeat had a mess.
Yes.
Pretty much power supply, UPSs and switches and the security servers. They're just not coming back, so I'm working to get back. But other than that, everything's back online, we got our, sleeping back, we got our telephone working, we got Wi-Fi working. Yeah, and now we're almost done with our security service project. This is what the key problem is like, what teachers will have this, what people will have the scan. They're done at elementary, right now they're working at high school. For the next week or so, and hopefully be done. They send a guy from Wichita Falls to go out to make it.
Are school districts getting hacked like like colleges have and?
So I got hacked personally, right? Or they got through it and chose my name.
Identity theft, it coming in. They have somebody at gmail.com pretend to be Mr. Morris, emailed our district employee that some help or whatnot. Some of our employees, hey, this is my phone number, and next thing you know, they text that person. We're not letting it be hacked, it's just identity theft. So it just pretend to be someone. I told him to say,
So Repeat told me today that we're getting hits from all over the world, basically 24/7. When our power goes down, it all goes down and those come through. And a few, got through to, hey, Jance is asking you guys, send me whatever it may be. If you replied, and that's how that happened.
Yeah. As far as our system goes, pretty secure. I pretty much block the whole world.
Yeah,
Nobody coming in, if they have IP address outside the US, you can't get them.
right.
So that, the hacker, we got hit from Russia, China, you name it. They try to scan our IP all the time. That's just part of it. They do that for the last 20 years.
I noticed there's some grant money that's going towards safety for that reason. So I didn't know what we needed to do. We've gone to double security on our phone. I can't get in my computer.
The dual authentic.
Do we have that?
We don't.
That might be something, especially.
I don't know any ISDs that have it. I know colleges all over have it.
Because we all got hacked. We got hacked 2 years ago.
Yeah, so if I want to log into my school college email, send a push on my phone or send a text to my phone. So I'll log in, send a push, and then that's what happens.
Isn't that some of that driven by HIPAA?
No,
For you?
it was due that we got hacked. Austin College we got hit first, and then Austin College, and then the hospital got hit all in one. So I was wondering, so everyone went to that dual enrollment just to protect your employees and their private data and.
But still, they could click on something that could let somebody in, couldn't
Well,
they?
they take classes not to, it teaches you not to click. You've got to really pay attention to that because we all have to take those.
There is that time when you're in a hurry and you see it from Chance Morris and you think it's legit,
You have to look at the
It happens to
back
Sherman
end.
all the time too, yeah.
I always,
Repeat, we can add that.
That's the first thing I look at.
Hover over my name or whoever to see if it actually says from Jance or from Steve in Moscow.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's something to think about because I wondered how many schools are going to get hit.
how many, is most of our servers here
It's a
in the elementary?
district, so next to Mr. Henderson, that's where
Okay,
that's why
how many we got in high school?
all the high school is got a 10 gig fiber line there. It just
So all your servers.
mainly thing, yes, there's an elementary server in my office and there's a high school server at a high school level. And all there was like file server, pin server, connectivity to the main.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what originally knocked it all out? Was it was there a power? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anybody else having, and we didn't have power issues. I just went to the whole
Thankfully,
town.
I texted Repeat and I said, hey, what's up with my email? I can't get in. He said, we'll something's down. I said, okay, we'll worry about it in the morning. Repeat said, no, I've got a bad feeling about this. We need to go up to the school. Thank you, Repeat, because we would have showed up and just been out of luck,
Oh, yeah.
So he did a great job that night.
There's no power in things.
Yeah.
Because the battery let it kick in, but it don't last for 30 minutes. Pretty much this whole thing started about 6:30. We lost the power somehow at 6:30 in the storm.
Yeah.
And
So
the
that
battery
is 30 minutes.
7 o'clock when it cut out.
Okay.
We went back, there's nothing. The power did not come back until like 2:30 a.m. Thing somewhere in there. Part of it.
And then he has to get,
Everything back on.
Yeah.
every back up and running in the morning. So where we
check
get
on Promethean, check on everything, everything on.
Yeah, so, we're just walking up here, this door is wide open because my fob doesn't, you just walk in and do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
So,
That's a Mac lock. So the software, they do electric.
mhm,
So that's.
this will be changed eventually.
That would be more
Um,
secure. So,
But yeah, just walk up here and do whatever you want. Come in here and drink Cokes, watch TV and.
So this will be changed like the new.
I think this will probably be the last one done.
Yeah, but that's phase two.
Really think that
Well, they couldn't watch TV. We didn't have power, huh?
we,
Folks would've done
that
that.
should be something that we put in the planning of, in the future. Maybe, a generator,
Standby generator.
standby generator. I know them things, those, they're lifesavers.
Just for, I mean,
It's coming from an IT guy back in my day, I know what they was.
It's not cheap, but yeah, but definitely I can use.
I mean, you could do it for just the refrigeration, like kitchen refrigeration and the network.
Yes,
You just make it specifically, and
Yeah.
maybe some emergency lights in the hallway.
and you can get the stuff that runs off natural gas now,
Propane. backup,
propane or
whatever.
whatever, but we got natural gas here, so, and usually it doesn't go off, so. Anyway, I think that's something that maybe we need to keep in mind.
Thank you.
That would help a lot. Thank you, Rafi, for all you do, man.
Yes, sir.
Joe. Joe is out. I kind of put mine there in construct. I've really hit all of my reports. I know we have other stuff to do, but I'll talk about just 4 little updates we've done whenever we get to mine.
Okay. Move on to action items. Consider possible action of resolution of the board regarding wage payments during emergency school closing.
What are we shut down? 3.5 days? Is that what we were out, Miss? 4 days?
If y'all will remember, y'all voted to always pay. We had a meeting with Ashley and she said, no, you can't do that. You have to do it each time.
Okay,
That's why we have.
Case by case.
closing by closing.
Yes.
So can we pay everybody for
Friday.
the ice storm? Yes.
Oh, for the ice storm.
So we need a motion.
So Friday, we'll just make up that Friday day. I think in May 15th, we'll just come to school rather than having a bad weather day.
The one you missed the other day, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is for. the
Or
ice-
otherwise we'd have to do this on another one next, on that one too.
We would, but we have.
We're not,
we
we're
have-
gonna handle it that way. Okay.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
So moved. We have to repeat all that. I make the motion that we pay our staff for those days that we were closed.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Barbara, seconded by Marvin to okay, the resolution to pay the wages regarding during the ice storm to our employees. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? 7-4, none opposed. Consider possible action to amend board policy to require majority vote on reports presented to the board. I asked this to be put on there. I was happy a while ago when we come up and we decided to have these reports. I thought that each month was going to be a little bit busy. I thought that it was a little bit infringing, maybe moving too much past being a watchdog and getting into trying to guide our administrators. But I was real happy when we decided, y'all decided that it'd be good to have three times during the year. I think that's a smart decision. I think it's a wise decision. It still doesn't, this is one of the things that I want to do though, is change the board policy to where if somebody has reports that they want, it needs to be voted on by the body and not just them requesting it, because if it's just them requesting it, it becomes too easy to get into, getting into crossing the line of
Board governance.
yeah. You know, and what we've only got about 4 or 5 things that we're supposed to do, so. I don't want that to happen. Is there any, that's just my opinion. I'm asking for it and I'll make the motion to do it.
What's your thoughts on it, Chance?
I think we can, if it's gonna be for this stuff, for our student data, then yeah, we'll just tie it into our strategic planning. We can
No, but I
set
mean,
these
like on
things.
the board needing to put it in a vote on it or what, what do you feel about it? I mean, because I was happy the way y'all worked it out. Y'all both got what you wanted. We didn't have to, but so I don't want to go looking for trouble where there ain't no, ultimately no trouble. I mean, we're all gonna have disagreements sometimes. Not that big a deal to me one way or the other. I'm not saying, but just want to know what your thoughts
I
are.
handled it poorly last time.
I think it
No,
should be a
I mean,
majority.
No,
don't beat yourself up because I.
No, I'm owning it. I handled it poorly. Every month, we're not gonna have the
No.
data every month. But I think if we set it in our planning, but I know, y'all may want to report on how the grass is growing or how the roof is looking or
That's the reason I
something.
want this board to vote on something like
Okay.
that.
I kind of have to defer to y'all on that.
Yeah, I just have a question then. What would be the process then that we
Yeah,
would
well,
have to?
if somebody has a report they would like to do that, they need to submit it so that we can put it on the agenda and then talk about it. And then it be voted on by the board as to whether or not we really want that.
I think it does get, sorry.
Yeah,
Over
I
the
mean,
years, I have just seen,
well, I just know like this maintenance report, we
Yeah.
get 2 to 3 pages every month of that. And I read every line of it, but somebody must have asked for that. Did y'all vote for that or?
we did.
It just looks like that was, and I know Barbara asked for resumes. I would never ask for resumes. I wouldn't think that would be something I needed. All of those things look like they're overstepping in a different area.
That is
'Cause I
one of
think-
your things that you sign off on.
We
That
sign
was
off on
in our,
everything.
what did I tell, it was in our, standards. Something with our standards, when we evaluate you, it's one of the things that's in there that says you approve of hiring, and in approve of hiring, you look at what he brings to the table. I don't ask for 20 applicants. We ask for the ones that he's recommending.
But I'm saying other boards don't do that.
Well, they're signing off that they do in the evaluation, because it's part of the evaluation. We've always done it.
Because, well, I mean, I'm pretty
But-
sure Sherman and, I'm sorry, I hate to keep missing Sherman and Dennison, but that's where I taught before. And I know they hired 30 people new people. And I know that the board does not look at all those resumes.
I'm only looking at the one he's recommending.
That's what I'm saying, the 30 people.
Well, it's in the
Yeah.
evaluation, and if I'm gonna evaluate saying that I did this, I can't say that I looked at it if I never looked at it.
Okay, well, and I agree with you 100% on
Because then
that.
I'm lying in my
And that's,
evaluation.
but when we were doing this evaluation, you said at the end of the year, or you said, but I expect them, I assume they're doing that. Well, and so
Well-
that's two sides of the story. It's picking what you want to do, but pick it, I don't know.
No, it's on the evaluation when you
Okay.
evaluate him.
Well,
That's
there was
one of
lots
the
things in
standards.
Evaluation that, I said unless we get reports about or see
We won't
something.
know.
And I know we're gonna learn that in this team of 8 and how we're supposed to do that
Mhm.
better, right? That's the whole, and I'll be satisfied with that, but I'm just saying. I feel like I gave you a good evaluation and I'm proud that we hired you and all that. But again, some of those things, I can't just say, well, he's a good old guy and he seems to be doing his job and sign off. And so if I saw something, and that's how I looked at it.
And that's how you should. That's why I said I can't sign off on that. I looked at the recommendations for hire if I don't even see any of it.
But all this is just to make sure that as a board, that we're focused on the same thing. We're not getting somebody that's wanting something out here that something like that, the report that you asked for. If you was doing it every month, I would be against it. When you said and made the suggestion, y'all got together and you said beginning, mid, and end, that was fine. I'm good with that. That to
And I
me
never
is,
said monthly.
No, but
Another
this
year.
would prevent.
I know
something.
that. I understand
Yeah.
that, but I'm saying
and
What
we
am I-
could,
it was hard to convince y'all though. And I was just talking about academics. I wasn't saying monthly then. I did say it when Jance first came and we had a talk and he said that would really be a burden. to do that. And again, this program we bought that gives us this, that we, BOY, MOY, EOY, that gives it. So it's simpler to do. And so, yes, I backed off. And when we were discussing, y'all didn't want to see anything academic. Y'all didn't think we ought to see that. And so I think we should. And y'all see, and what I'm saying is it's very ridiculous to me to see maintenance reports and different things like that, that I don't know half of what he's talking about. I know y'all do. Well, I'm trying to tell you, I know about education, and we're on the board, and we need to be looking at numbers to know where our kids are and how we can help them then.
That's right, but that's where I'm talking about. We can't go too far because then we're stepping on their toes because that's their job. And that's not what I want happen. I don't want this board sitting there trying to do his job and try to tell him, you need to do this because this is what I say. Well, he's the one that's making that decision. He brings it to us.
And I agree, and I really thought, I pushed for him to do more of that, because I want to hear more what he knows than really any of the board members.
That's the reason I want this policy put in place. So that we don't have one person going in there, hitting him up about stuff all the time, or hitting me up with stuff all the time. And it's stuff that,
We'll have to hit you up with it to get on the agenda, won't we?
Huh?
We would have to hit you up with it
Yes.
to get it on the agenda. Okay, well, since you all agreed with this, that's my main thing. I don't think, I just feel like y'all are trying to silence me and keep me quiet. And my husband told me to resign, and I'm not gonna quit in the middle. But, it's frustrating when,
I don't want to silence you.
how did you
really
speak to me
don't.
Sunday at church?
Huh?
You didn't
I
even
was
speak
late.
to me at church.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just
So I-
saying, if it's gonna overflow in our personal life too, we're too small a town.
So I want to say that I've never said that I didn't want to see academic progress. We do see academic progress. Last year, the high school teachers were put under a lot of stress because they didn't have the maths or they didn't have the software program.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm against is making teachers do something that they don't even have the means to do it. And so you're pushed to get that, probably pushed to get what they needed. So, but I'm not against it.
Teachers look at that data all the time.
I know, but they
have
didn't
to.
have the means to
They-
present it.
Again, if you, the simple chart, you have however many kids in
Well,
ninth grade, it's not that hard, Barbara.
like I
It's
said,
really not.
what y'all did, what y'all. came
Yes,
to,
I got it.
I got
I'm- Yeah,
Okay? But I don't want that to get out of kilter. Okay? Not but just you, that's me and anybody else. I don't want me to sitting there requesting a bunch of reports that everybody else thinks that they're ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
I think it keeps all the board members informed of the same thing.
Yeah.
Because if you come up here and ask for something and I never see it, then you're.
well, that's why I asked it to be brought to the
Right.
board though, so we could all.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking for in the beginning.
Well,
I like this report. And I do want to see how we do academically. That's
Okay.
important.
well, I make a motion that we amend the board policy to require majority vote on reports that are presented to the board. Did I hear a second?
Second that.
Seconded by Barbara. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4 against, 1. No, the other one's gone. Okay. All right. Consider possible action to approve budget amendments. Yeah. Lost it. There it is. Is these just? Wait, is this just a normal?
Well, at the beginning of the year, when we was doing our payroll stuff, there was just some coding on, we never had a dyslexic coordinator before, so I'm fixing, it's just correcting that, moving it from one fund to the correct fund. And then we did the chip and seal here recently, and we didn't have enough money in that account. So I'm moving it from maintenance to that account, and then as soon as we get that grant money, we're counting on that grant money to fix a lot of. the stuff that
We've got it. It's just not here yet. That was
Right.
approved much earlier than expected.
So you're gonna see more budget amendments to flip flop these back.
Okay. All right. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented.
Excuse me.
I second it.
Motion made by Barbara, seconded by Ken to consider, or to, okay, the action to approve the budget amendments as presented. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? 6-4, none opposed. All right, we're in superintendent.
I really talked about all mine, except on the second page there, the door audits, Region 10 came out again. We were 100% on that with our door sweeps, our door checks, kids not letting people in. We do have to make an amendment to our emergency operations plan. If you guys remember in September or October, Jim, the guy from Big Spring, came out and kind of walked the campus with the police with us. We updated our entire emergency operations plan. There was just a few dates that we had incorrect on there and a few names we had incorrect. So that got kicked back. There's like 3 or 4 things I have to update on it. Nothing major, like if something blows up here and our kids have to go to the church or whatever, all that is still good. It's just names and dates will be changed. We're 100% compliant on really, we're doing really, really well right now on all these things. Ideal impact savings I put in there where we saved $1,840 for $1,804.74 in February for a total savings of $13,541.10 since project installation. And everything else I already
What
thought
about the roof, Chance down here? How's that deal going?
Duralast will be back this week to finish it up. Tasby, okay, I talked to Mike King, our adjuster, who has sent everything to Tasby. Tasby and Mike will be out, I would imagine, the week after spring break to look at the loss of damage and to start ironing that out. They agree that there is hail damage and that the roofs need to be replaced under, with insurance money. They just are, now they're figuring out how much money can we get for it. So, and that's gonna be over here.
And so that grant money we're receiving, that was on the doors and stuff. It doesn't.
That's not for the roof at
Not
all.
anything for the roof. Okay, just so I understand that correctly.
Yeah, that's
And so,
safety and security.
On that insurance money, how much was the cost of the roof? I can't remember now. It was 200,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's right around that.
Okay. What, any idea? Just curious of what kind of insurance money we could possibly
I
get?
don't even
No
want to,
idea.
I don't even want to guess yet.
Okay.
I think at the April meeting, I'll have numbers.
Numbers on it. Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know if they said something or.
Yeah, but they'll finish that. Really, that's about it.
Oh, one more, I guess, what we're talking about. That, have you heard any more on this Jim Floor deal?
No, I called them 2 times last week, 2 voicemails. I called them today, left a voicemail.
This is the guy that you had.
RCS, yes, the one that told
Talk
us.
to somebody else. This guy seems squirrely to me, but.
That's the boss. The
Yeah,
guy, the guy.
I'm talking another.
Oh, another company?
Yeah, not-
I can, but I want them to come out because they're the ones that put it down and just to look at it.
Yeah.
They're just giving me the runaround right now, so.
I'm sure they know, well, this is a headache. We don't want to be grabbing it or whatever, but. No,
This guy keeps wearing me out,
yeah.
but I'm gonna stay on him. And that's what we got going on right now.
All right. Let's see, with that. Make a motion that we go into executive session, code 551.074 at 7:54.
I second that.
Seconded by Ken. All those in favor? 6-4, none opposed. I'm make a motion to come out of executive session at 9:37. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Brian. All those in favor? 6-4, none opposed. Is there any action to be taken out of, coming out of?
I make a motion that we accept the 2023-2024 teacher contract recommendations with the exception of Trent Townsend.
I second it.
Motion to accept the teacher recommendations
As presented.
as presented with the exception of Trent Townsend.
Y'all
That's
consider
Sandy.
removing him from it?
Yes,
Moving him from, he's just out of the list. We're not voting on him. Okay,
Second.
Sandy seconded. All those in favor? 4, 5 for one against.
Barbara.
Barbara. Okay, any others?
I make a motion to accept the 2023-2024 teacher contract recommendation for Teresa Cook as presented.
Second it.
Ian made a motion to accept teacher recommendations for Teresa Cook and seconded by Sandy. All those in favor? All 4, all opposed,
Abstain.
and then 1 abstain, Barbara abstained. Any others?
I make a motion, we accept the contract release for Jacob Guzman effective March 3rd, 2023.
Second.
Ian made a motion to accept the
Contract release.
contract release for Jacob Guzman, seconded by Sandy. And that's effective, when was it?
March 3rd,
March 3rd.
2023.
Right. Yeah. Seconded by Sandy. All those in favor? 6-4, none opposed. Any other business?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second it.
Hold on just a minute, here with that. 9:40. Seconded by Sandy, made by Marvin. All those in favor? 6-4, none opposed.